Today on August 11th, Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency. Don't ignore this. A serious legal paper is about to reach your name, but this time, it will be in your favor." Archangel Michael says, your name has been spoken in closed rooms, in places where laws and papers decide destinies. A document was held back for a long time, hidden behind signatures and delays that were meant to keep you stuck. But as of this very moment, on July 15th, the tides are turning and the legal current is flowing in your favor. You may feel something strange in your chest today, like an unseen weight is being lifted slowly but surely. It's not just energy shifting. It is the heavens responding to something that was unlawfully done to you. For too long, others manipulated your silence and used your unawareness to block what was yours. There is an urgent move taking place behind the curtain, where a lawyer who was once against you has decided to speak up. It will come not as a confrontation, but as a piece of paper. Official, bold, and in your name. The shock will not be from fear, but from justice suddenly finding you after such a long delay. The clock has started ticking. The moment you opened this message, things began shifting in the realms of authority. Someone who always wanted you to be stuck will now witness you being honored legally. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There is a judge who once rejected something linked to your name. They are now re-evaluating it after receiving a new update they didn't expect. This time, the words written will be different. Your truth has made it to the surface. Someone forged something months ago to delay your opportunity, but now that same piece of forged evidence is what's causing the entire structure to collapse in your favor. A reversal is coming, and you'll be the center of it. A building with glass doors and surveillance cameras will soon open one of its rooms to you. Inside, your name will be mentioned in relation to something that was once denied. But this time, no one can stop it from being approved. Archangel Michael says, this is not coincidence, it is divine reversal by legal means. Every false accusation is being exposed in layers. The ones who misused your name will begin to withdraw. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There's an individual you trusted who tried to erase your presence from certain files. But those files have now resurfaced, and your original details remain intact. Someone who overlooked your rights is now nervous. They know they are being watched. A woman connected to your past, someone who smiled in your face but signed something behind your back, is about to face exposure. Her name will appear next to yours. But this time, the contrast between truth and deceit will be clear. She will try to explain, but the evidence will speak louder than words. Behind the scenes, two officials have agreed on your behalf without your knowledge. What's coming is a declaration, something that will serve your name in front of higher authorities. It is not a warning, it is a restoration. Your name carries power, even if you forgot how valuable it truly is. Someone tried to trade it in for benefits that were never theirs to receive. But the table is turning, and the very same name they used to block you will be the name printed in success. Type Amen to get blessing 555. This shift had been building for months, unseen but active. A lawyer who knows the truth is preparing to call a number, yours. They were once instructed to stay silent, but their conscience has begun to scream. You'll hear about a certain hearing, one that you weren't initially invited to. But due to the recent intervention, you are now not only included but spotlighted. Your presence in that courtroom, or your name on that document, will change the final outcome. Archangel Michael says someone who tried to trap you has accidentally freed you. The net they designed for you is now wrapped around their own feet. You are walking forward, and they are watching you rise in disbelief. An email or envelope with legal authority will carry your name at the top. It will not ask you for anything. Instead, it will confirm that you are owed more than you imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You might receive a phone call soon from someone who stumbles over their words. They never expected you to be in a winning position, but their tone will be respectful, possibly even fearful. This is a moment when old debts are called back into the light. Things people owed you spiritually, emotionally, and legally are now being brought to the surface. The imbalance is being corrected in ways only heaven could orchestrate. A man who once laughed at your struggle will see you praised by those who once ignored you. You will not understand how it happened. That's because it was never meant to be explained by logic. This is divine legality unfolding. Documents that once carried lies in invisible ink will now bleed truth under scrutiny. The system that once favored the cunning will now highlight your honesty. Your calm silence will be louder than their noisy attempts to twist your truth. Type Amen to get blessing 999. An office worker with access to sensitive files is now going through them again. Your name stopped them. It made them pause. Something about your spirit disturbed their peace. They will make a quiet decision that pushes your case into higher favor. It won't be announced with trumpets, but the effects will ripple across your future. A single ticked box in your favor will right everything that came before. Archangel Michael says the system that once worked against you is being reversed in your honor. It is not luck. It is a result of divine timing. Even your tears are now accounted for in the ledger of justice. There's a closed-door conversation scheduled involving 3 officials, and your matter is one of the top 3 being discussed. Your name will be read aloud, and one of them will say, "Why was this delayed for so long?" Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Someone in uniform or official clothing will treat you with unexpected respect. It will surprise you. That moment will be confirmation that your legal position has changed in your favor. There is a power that rises when truth can no longer be hidden. Every signature you didn't place, every line they tried to fake, it's unraveling. And soon, the original version of your truth will shine through the fog. They didn't want you to know about a certain financial section on a legal document. But now, the amount owed to you is too big to hide. An accountant who handled it is preparing to confess something that will benefit you greatly. You once thought justice had abandoned you, but heaven has assigned watchers to your case, and the pressure is rising around those who try to cover the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You will remember this date, July 15th, as a turning point, not just for your emotions, but for your identity in a legal and official system. A day will mark the beginning of a season where things go right for you. One after the other. You might hear your name mentioned in a conference call or a quiet corridor. What they don't know is that Archangel Michael is watching every word. No more injustice will be allowed in the darkness. Someone connected to an agency once removed your name from a list. They thought it was final. But now, that same agency is requesting your presence. A man with dark eyes and a silver ring on his finger has seen your file. He posed, he knew something was off. And now he's digging. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. When you walk past certain doors, you'll feel spiritual chills, not of fear, but of a great shift. The records that once stood against you are being rewritten. This is not your imagination. Your name will be listed as a recipient, not of debt but of gain. A court official will say, "This one is cleared. Let them through." That is the breakthrough you've waited years to witness. They thought they buried your truth under silence, but now it's rising through paper. The balance is being reset. And the moment your signature touches the new form, the world around you will change. This is not just paperwork. This is a spiritual key, one page, and your life shifts timelines. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. You may feel a push to check your messages, email, or mailbox. That's no accident. Something official is being sent from a place you once thought was closed forever. You'll notice someone's behavior change around you. They'll be cautious, polite. They know it's coming, and they know it favors you. An institution tried to delay you by losing records. But those records have resurfaced, and they are powerful. The delay was heaven set up for divine delivery. If you hear someone say, "We apologize for the inconvenience," accept it. But know the damage is already being repaired. And the reward is on the way. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. A legal door is opening. And no man, no mistake, no manipulation can close it again. When it opens, everything you thought was denied will be approved all at once. This moment will be remembered by your spirit as the day restoration began. Not revenge. Restoration. You will receive what is rightfully yours. It was hidden. It was stolen. It was buried. But now, it is being signed back into your name. You are not imagining it. The power is real. The approval is final. And it's coming straight to you. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The person who once acted as if your words didn't matter is about to hear your name announced with authority. This will not be a casual mention. It will carry the weight of a final decision. What was once delayed with excuses is now being rushed with urgency. And it all carries your signature in spirit. Your legal energy is shifting so deeply that even those who ignored you will have no choice but to acknowledge you now. A voice that used to speak against you will suddenly speak for you, confused and unwilling, but powerless to stop the truth. Your case, your story, is now too visible to silence. Behind a locked cabinet, a certain file with your initials is being requested for review again. This file was once marked closed, but Archangel Michael has ordered it reopened. That reopening has activated a spiritual floodgate in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. There is a record, a document that holds details about you others wanted to erase. But someone made a backup copy, and it has now reached the hands. This backup is the key that proves your innocence and reveals someone else's manipulation. A man with glasses, someone who sits on decision-making boards, has just reviewed your matter. He is more impressed than he expected to be, because your name holds a certain power now, backed by the truth that cannot be challenged. In the system where they placed limitations on you, those blocks are now being removed one by one. You will feel a strange lightness in the days to come, not because life is suddenly perfect, but because legal chains are being unlocked. Every no they gave you is being reversed to yes. Archangel Michael says, "The paper that arrives will not bring confusion. It will bring clarity. It won't ask questions. It will state facts. You are entitled. You are cleared. You are owed." Type Amen to get blessing 1818. There was a delay due to someone's jealousy. They thought if they blocked your access, they'd slow down your progress. But this act of envy has now become the very cause for your favor. They will be shocked when they realize that your name is now not only restored, but being highlighted in areas they never imagined. The whisper campaign they began behind your back has failed, because official documents now speak louder. Soon, a courier or clerk will carry a file or envelope to an office with your name in bold. They will not even know the weight they carry in their hands. But heaven will know, and you will feel the moment it reaches its destination. Your spiritual team, assigned by divine order, has already cleared the way. This is not a courtroom battle. This is an unseen courtroom where your name already won the case. Type Amen to get blessing 1919, a previous case linked to your past, one you thought had been buried, will rise again, but not to harm you. It will rise as a reference point for why you must now be given what you were previously denied. A previous note is being used as the reason for your present yes. One female figure, possibly in legal, clerical, or advisory authority, is feeling anxious because she once overlooked your submission. She knows you missed something vital. She is trying to cover it, but it's too late. Now your name is being mentioned in internal memos and reports that discuss integrity, justice, and delayed compensation. This is the level where your matter now sits, no longer ignored, but prioritized. Someone wanted to keep your name beneath piles of others, hoping you'd disappear in the mess. But now your name is not buried. It's printed, highlighted, and emphasized. Type Amen to get blessing 2020 in the coming days. You'll see unusual numbers, signs, and digital messages aligning. These are confirmations from the divine that legal energy is shifting in your atmosphere. Pay attention. They are real. You may feel drawn to wear something white or blue unexpectedly. That is not fashion. It is divine prompting. Your spirit knows it's being summoned into a purifying shift. A copy of the legal paper will exist in more than one place. That way, no one can deny it again. Even if one office delays it, another will carry the approval forward. Your truth is no longer a whisper behind closed doors. It is being filed under justice, honor, and acknowledgement. You are not asking anymore. You are receiving. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Archangel Michael says, even those who wanted to delay your victory are now helping it unfold without realizing. They are being used as instruments of your restoration. They are confused. But they are obedient to a divine command they cannot resist. You are about to be surprised by the sudden removal of a legal obstacle you thought would never budge. It will seem as if it vanished. But in truth, it was forcibly lifted by divine order. You were excluded once, but now you will be escorted in. Not as a visitor, but as someone with rightful standing. They will not be able to explain why your presence demands respect, but they will feel it. This is not just your win. It is a spiritual announcement that what belongs to you cannot be stolen, no matter how many people try to edit the records. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. A new file is being created. This time initiated in your name, with your favor clearly noted. This is not a case of luck. It is law wrapped in divine justice. They wanted you erased from history, but heaven wrote you into destiny. You will have a conversation soon with someone who was neutral before, but now they are on your side. You will say something Sybil-like, "This doesn't make sense." As you argue that the shift has reached the surface, here is something being reprocessed from a year ago. The information that once denied you is now being reread with new eyes. And this time, they see the truth they tried to miss before. Your situation is not a mystery anymore. It is being clarified, processed, stamped, and accepted. The favor attached to your name is growing daily. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Someone is preparing to issue a letter of release, approval, or apology, and your name will be at the letter. The energy behind that letter will echo for months. It will open multiple doors that were previously jammed shut. There is no more delay. This isn't hope. It's happening. One shift will cause a ripple, and what was once disconnected in your life will begin to come together. You are about to receive a notification, or message that begins with "We are pleased to inform you." That message will change your month, your season, and possibly your entire direction. They tried to remove your name, but heaven engraved it. That engraving is showing now. It is not going away. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. The Judge of Heaven has spoken, and what's being carried out in the physical world is just the manifestation. The systems may seem slow, but they are obeying spiritual instruction. That is why you're seeing favor in places that once refused you. Keep an eye on the movements around government-related areas. You'll be called or referenced in something unexpected. Someone from inside that circle is shifting gears in your favor. The silence around your matter is breaking. Where there was once no response, you will now see written proof, digital updates, and physical validation. Your story is no longer in limbo. You wade in with pain, but now you'll rise with proof. The file has been found, the truth has been activated, and the favor cannot be undone. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. There is someone who thought they could override your energy with signatures written in deception, but now their pen has dried out, and their power has lost strength. The system they used is now rejecting the very lies they built. They are reviewing your file again, not by request, but by sudden legal obligation. This time, the lines are being read differently, with clearer eyes and a cleaner intention. The hidden codes in the documents are coming to light. Archangel Michael says, the person who tried to swap your rights with another's name will be discovered. Their plot, though layered and twisted, has begun to crack at the edges. What was once hidden is now leaking into daylight. There's a call scheduled tomorrow. A name will be brought up. That name is yours. And those on the other side of that call will pause in stunned silence, realizing you should have been honored long ago. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. A woman involved in this matter once signed off on something using her middle name to avoid detection, but now the document's metadata has exposed her full details. That will be the final blow that swings justice in your direction. There is a building with fluorescent lights, long white halls, and a room numbered either 5 or 9. That room will hold the moment your case turns permanently. What is spoken there will echo for the next decade in your life. You might feel tension in your shoulders or back, like pressure building. That's the old resistance cracking. You are being spiritually shifted into a higher court, one not controlled by human intention alone. A door will be opened, not a physical one, but a legal realm access point. When that door swings open, your blessings will no longer be stuck behind it. They will walk out and find you. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Someone who once judged you harshly is being spiritually chastised. They are being shown visions and signs in their own life that connect directly to the wrong they did to you. They may not confess aloud, but they will reverse their decisions. Documents written with your name are being printed again. This time, the spelling will be correct. The facts will be correct. The positioning will be correct. The delay was divine protection. Had the previous approval been through, it would have been manipulated. But now, the updated version protects your future. The sealed envelope will be delivered in 3 layers of packaging. The outer one will seem ordinary, but inside, a sentence will change your status permanently. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. You are rising legally, spiritually, and energetically. This is the kind of justice that rewrites entire timelines. Not just for you, but for those watching your story. People who gave up on justice will believe again through your testimony. You are not the same person who waited years ago. You're wiser, stronger, better, and now the world must meet this version of you, the victorious one. The people who mocked you for waiting will now look at you in disbelief. They won't understand how something so stuck was suddenly freed. But you will know it was divine. There's a sentence that begins with "by the power vested coming your way." It won't be spiritual only. It will be legal, governmental, and unshakable. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. The people who thought they had buried you under paperwork are now being buried under their own confusion. They don't know how your file resurfaced. They don't know who reopened the case. But someone was spiritually assigned to do just that. A man who recently moved into a new office is now handling your matter. And unlike others, he is not corrupt. Expect to see movement within 3 to 7 working days. Even if you hear silence, it's happening. Behind the walls, signatures are aligning in your favor. A new status is coming to your name. Whether it's citizen, claimant, owner, or another form of title, it is being restored with heavenly speed. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. There is also compensation attached to this case. Something they thought would be denied forever is now coming with interest. Not just repayment, but multiplied reward. Archangel Michael says, this is not accidental. This is targeted favor. You were chosen for this moment because your energy aligns with truth, endurance, and quiet strength. The man who once tried to speak over you is losing credibility. His name is being reviewed. His influence is weakening. Meanwhile, yours is growing. From whispers in quarters to official mentions in records, your presence is becoming undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. Expect a sudden burst of clarity. You'll just know what's happening. It may come in a dream, a random update, or someone mentioning your matter by accident. This legal victory is not only personal. It's ancestral. Your bloodline has waited for someone strong enough to clear the residue of injustice. That someone is you. You've passed the test. Your soul stayed upright even in betrayal. Now the reward is not just peace, but power and property. There are spiritual guards walking ahead of you into legal offices. They are ensuring that no block stands again in your way. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. Your old documents may have looked dull, but they carried fire. Your new ones, they will shine with divine light. People will say, how did this happen? You will carry the kind of story that cannot be argued because the truth behind it will be too layered, too aligned, too miraculous. What's coming is not just a page. It's a pronouncement, it's a heavenly statement that says they waited, they suffered, they endured, and I'll reward them publicly. This reward will echo. It will touch more than just you, your children, your siblings, and even those who doubted you will benefit from it. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Someone is walking into a room this very moment, holding a document with your initials printed clearly. They may not know the weight they're carrying, but the universe does. The paper, though ordinary in appearance, is surrounded by spiritual power. Your name, once buried beneath bureaucracy, is now rising like gold discovered beneath cracked stone. What they once laughed at is now being praised in private circles. A decision maker is preparing to say something that shifts your timeline entirely. There's a sealed file with a red stamp and one signature missing. It's yours. Very soon, they will request your input or appearance. That's the sign you've waited for, divine permission now backed by human law. A woman who once rolled her eyes at your persistence is now calling someone in a panic. She's realizing the case she thought was dismissed is about to be approved and that your name will be the one celebrated. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. A man who once handled your records with arrogance is now being questioned. His edits are being examined. His integrity is under review. What he thought would remain hidden is now being exposed. The legal paper on its way to you holds more than words. It holds a shift of destiny. Inside its print lies the key to something bigger than you were told. A right. A restoration. A release. Archangel Michael says your patience was not weakness. It was strategy. They thought you'd give up before the breakthrough. But your silence became your strength. And now, your silence will be broken by applause. There is a notary, clerk, or assistant who has changed their tone toward you. At first, they didn't see your worth. But now, they're realizing that your name holds more weight than most in their stack. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. There's a phrase being spoken in an internal circle. This one has waited too long. That phrase will lead to immediate acceleration. Something that was scheduled for next month will now be pushed forward. They tried to say the document was lost, but that lie is no longer working, because another copy has resurfaced, and it proves they knew about you all along. The delay was deliberate, but the outcome is now divine. A person who once played neutral is beginning to support you without fully revealing their identity. They will push the process in your favor silently, like a hidden key unlocking doors behind the scenes. You may suddenly feel lighter in your body, as if invisible chains have broken. That is not your imagination, it's the energetic release of a legal purse being lifted. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. There is a mention of your matter in a digital archive, perhaps in court records, official logs, or legal portals. That mention is being clicked right now by someone who has authority to act. And they are choosing you. You will not have to fight this battle the way you did before. The fight is over. This is the reward phase. This is the part where your name rises and the false ones fall. A legal stamp that was denied before is now being printed on your behalf. You may hear phrases like approved, released, authorized, or cleared. When you do, know that the angels have gone before you. Archangel Michael says, "What was blocked by fear is now being unlocked by divine justice." You will be shocked at how quickly the papers move once heaven has given permission. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. You are being vindicated, not only in paper, but in energy. What was used to shame you will now elevate you. The very people who watch you struggle are about to see you succeed. A digital notification, email, or envelope is on its way to you. And this time, it's not rejection. It's reward. Inside, you will find details that place your name where it should have been all along. Someone you thought forgot you has been quietly working to honor your case. They couldn't say anything until now. But their actions will finally be revealed. A courthouse, office, or legal center will soon hold your name with a title you once feared you'd never reclaim. But now, it's yours, and no one can contest it. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. There's a male figure who regrets how he dismissed your concern. His pride is being broken now. He's seeing how your truth outlived his manipulation. You are stepping into legal compensation, energetic rebalancing, and divine validation. He is all converging. This moment is not just a shift. It's a spiritual announcement in all realms. The angels have recorded your endurance. The pain of paperwork, delays, denials, betrayals. But now, that record is being balanced with reward, favor, promotion, and status. Even if you feel unprepared, don't worry. You will not be alone when the paper arrives. A divine presence will be beside you when you open it. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. Someone who held your future in their hands no longer has control. Your access has been revoked. And now, the people aligned with your blessing are stepping in. You will soon hear your full name spoken with seriousness by someone in power. That will be the first sign. They are preparing the way for you. They thought your power was limited to your voice. But now they are realizing your presence changes outcomes. Your name brings alignment. When that envelope or notice lands in your hands, remember, this was written in the heavens long before they stamped it on earth. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. You are the exception in a system designed to forget people like you. But your name refuses to fade. Every attempt to erase you has only made your presence louder. The paper that's coming has timing tied to heaven, not early. Not late. Right when you've let go, it arrives. Your name is on the right side of history now. The side that wins. The side that is documented. The side that becomes legend. And those who once tried to curse you by file, system, or silence, will watch you walk through legal gates they once locked. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. They are holding your file in their hands, and what once looked like an unresolved case is now flashing red on their screen. The urgency is spiritual, even if they can't explain it. Something they overlooked before is now impossible to ignore. One government worker recently stumbled across your name while searching for another case, but the energy around your name stopped them. They looked closer, reread everything, and knew something powerful had been missed. You were once brushed aside as if your rights didn't matter. But now the very people who turned you away are being instructed to review your name again. And this time, not as a mistake, but as a priority. You are being placed at the top of the stack. Archangel Michael says they can't delay this any longer. A divine deadline has arrived, and it must be completed within days. Anyone who tries to stop it will face resistance in their own life. Type Amen to get blessing 4242. You will feel it before it comes. A strange heaviness will lift, almost like breathing new air. That is the sign that your legal energy has turned. There's a paper trail connected to your name, and someone is following it backwards. The further they go, the more truth they uncover, and that truth will be used to rewrite your current standing. A hidden document stored in digital format is about to be retrieved. It has proof that benefits you, but it was filed under a code instead of your name to slow the process. Now that code has been cracked open, a name beginning with the letter S or R may soon be connected to your matter. This person will play a key role in releasing the block that has held things up. Type Amen to get blessing 4343. You are not just receiving a document. You are receiving divine vindication. Everything that was stolen, blocked, or misfiled is being returned in perfect order. This is not luck. This is prophecy fulfilled. The woman who once whispered lies about your eligibility is now being questioned. Your records are being audited. What she thought was buried is rising. And you are the reason why. A call is being scheduled between two departments. Your name is the subject of that meeting, and once that call ends, the paper with your favor will be prepared. Archangel Michael says you are being discussed in rooms you've never entered, but the decisions made there will open doors you thought were permanently locked. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. There will be a number repeated near you. 717, 919, 828, or 606. These are angelic timestamps that show your document is now live in the system. You are not powerless in this. You are spiritually supported and legally empowered. There's a force behind you that no man can silence. They will act surprised when the paper reaches you. But heaven has been preparing you for this since the moment they denied you. What they meant for delay has become your launch. You once wept over a rejection. That rejection had been erased from the record. What stands now is an acceptance letter, a legal confirmation that says, it's yours. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. A brown envelope, manila folder, or white package may arrive within the next 10 days. It will carry no drama, just divine confirmation. And it will carry more than one page. There will be one paragraph that shocks you. It will mention a benefit, right, or privilege you didn't even expect. That's heaven's bonus for your years of silence. You are about to be mentioned in a success report. Perhaps anonymously at first, but your energy will be unmistakable. What they can't say in public, the document will say in writing. Archangel Michael says, you've earned this with grace. Now it's time to walk in it with authority. You are not asking anymore, you are receiving. Type Amen to get blessing 4646. A person who once said we'll get back to you is now scrambling to correct their previous words. They will send a message, email, or call. Their tone will be very different. A chain of events will start with one message, and the chain won't stop until you are fully delivered into your new status. What begins small will end as a breakthrough. A digital file with your name is being downloaded as we speak. It contains approvals, not inquiries, and the ones reviewing it are under divine pressure to act correctly. There is no room left for lies. The truth is louder now, and your name is shining at the top of that truth. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. Someone who once used your delay as gossip is now confused by your glow. You are being restored, and they are being silenced. They'll watch, but they won't be able to interfere this time. The legal door that opens will not shut again. You won't have to reply, resubmit, or restart. The new record being created will override every old block. You may even receive something that requires your signature, but not your pleading. Your power is already acknowledged. You're simply finalizing what was already divinely approved. There's a printer somewhere, working right now, printing a document with your future on it. When it's handed over, everything will change. Type Amen to get blessing 4848. You will receive communication at an odd hour, early morning, or after business hours. This is not typical, but neither is your breakthrough. It's being handled by angels. Your image, name, or application is in the hands of someone higher than you expected. They are preparing to speak your name into a room full of influence. An institution you once feared will now become your confirmation point. They will not have the power to deny you again. Archangel Michael says, even if they resist on paper, they cannot resist divine order. And divine order has now placed your name in a seat of honor. Type Amen to get blessing 4949. The man who once laughed while holding your request is now rereading the same document with trembling hands. What once felt like power to him now feels like guilt. Because the moment he sees your name again, something inside him tightens. It's spiritual correction. There is no hiding now. The trail of actions is being uncovered, and each trace leads directly to the door they tried to keep locked. But the key is not in their hands anymore. The key is in motion, and it's moving toward you. In the system where you were once tagged as pending, your status is shifting. There is no more gray area. You are stepping into the green zone. Go ahead. Proceed. Release. Reward. Those are the new commands surrounding your case. Archangel Michael says, they delayed you not because you were weak, but because they feared what your approval would unlock. But that delay has expired, and their fear can no longer control what heaven has already signed off on. Type Amen to get blessing 50/50. You are being positioned for life-changing confirmation. This confirmation will echo not only in your mailbox, but also in your bloodline. Because what is being approved in your name clears the way for generations after you. Someone who once held back your progress has now been overruled. A higher authority stepped in quietly, and what you didn't know is your name was marked "Do Not Delay" under their pen. You are about to become the exception. The rulebook is being adjusted around your situation. While others go through 10 steps, yours will move in 3. You'll feel heat in your palms or chills in your spine around the time the paper is physically prepared. That's not random. It's your soul responding to your legal elevation. Type Amen to get blessing 51/51. A white light is covering the space where your signature will go, not because the paper is holy, but because the moment is sacred. This is a fulfillment, not a beginning. You have already done the spiritual work. The waiting, the forgiveness, the holding your tongue when others lied. That energy is now stored up and ready to be released into written justice. There's a message coming from someone who never respected your time before. But this time, their tone will be careful. They know something has shifted in your favor. Archangel Michael says, the system that once hid your rights is now being commanded to highlight them. Your approval will not be subtle. It will come with a wave of confirmation and calm. Type Amen to get blessing 52/52. You may feel called to check an email, open a drawer, or revisit a letter. Do it. Something that once meant nothing now means everything. A single line will prove your position. The woman who once interfered with your case is now being asked questions she never expected. Her quiet sabotage is being exposed in official notes, time-stamped files, and saved voice recordings. You were not forgotten. You were hidden for refinement. And now, you are being revealed, not just as an applicant or claimant, but as a receiver. There is a database being refreshed. The screen will blink, and on it, your case number will rise to the top like a miracle. Type Amen to get blessing 53/53. You are being summoned, not to fight, but to collect. Not to beg, but to confirm. This is not an invitation to explain your worth. This is an announcement that it has already been established. A sentence like "You've been approved, your document is ready," or "Please come in for completion" is coming soon. And when you hear it, your knees might tremble, but your spirit will roar. There's an office that once turned you away with a cold face. But soon, they will open the door with a different posture. The same room will now feel like a throne room. The shift is total, not partial. They can't play the same games. The rules have been rewritten, and your name has been included in the blessing column. Type Amen to get blessing 5454. A person will walk past you and glance twice. They will feel the change but won't be able to speak it. That's because your spiritual favor has become visible. You'll soon see printed on a document either a checkbox, an approval code, or an official seal. And once it's there, no one can remove it. Not even the ones who tried to block it. Archangel Michael says, "This is your divine notice. All systems must now align with your justice. The time of silence has ended. The season of rightful restoration has arrived. A file on a government server has been unlocked. Someone keyed in the right phrase. And now, a letter with your favor has entered the queue." Type Amen to get blessing 5555. A wave of messages will soon come from organizations, departments, or names you forgot existed. Each one is drawn to your current spiritual status. You are marked active, eligible, victorious. You may feel emotional without knowing why. It's your spirit sensing the arrival of everything that was once denied. The blessing has already left their hands. It's coming to yours now. They will attempt one last delay, but it will fail. Because divine timing has overtaken every man-made excuse. A system cannot undo what heaven has set in motion. You were once ignored, then observed. Now you are being obeyed. The energy around your name demands attention, and it's working. Type Amen to get blessing 5656. A moment is fast approaching where a door will open, and behind it, someone will call your name with a tone of respect. That moment won't just mark progress. It will mark completion. The delay will no longer be referenced. Only the result will matter. You are not walking into this with hesitation. You are being pulled forward by spiritual authority. The hands that once held you back are now tied. They can't interfere anymore, even if they try. One printer in a legal department has jammed 3 times this week when trying to print papers against you. But when your updated file was sent, it printed without error. It's no coincidence. That's divine interference. Archangel Michael says they tried to slow your document, but the document now has wings. No desk can hold it down. No drawer can bury it. No lie can stain it. Type Amen to get blessing 5757. You are being placed into a column of acceptance that was previously locked. Only high-level authority could change its status, and now it's happening. A senior official has pressed confirm on something bearing your name. There will be a shift in how people address you, from applicant to authorized, from pending to approved. And as those words change, your reality will follow. You'll soon hear your full name announced as part of a completed action. This announcement might be digital, verbal, or written, but once it happens, doors will open that were sealed shut for years. Someone from the past is watching this unfold and silently regretting the way they handled your case. But it's too late. The new file has erased their decisions completely. Type Amen to get blessing 5858. The spirit of delay that once wrapped around your name like chains has now been broken. It wasn't just paperwork, it was warfare. But the war has ended in your favor. You may feel a sudden pull to dress differently, speak more boldly, or organize your documents. This is not nervousness. It is preparation. A moment is near. A woman with access to restricted systems recently found your name flagged in green. Keep confused because it was gray for years. But she's also instructed not to question the change. A courtroom, office, or corporate floor will now know who you are, not by your presence, but by the undeniable favor now attached to your name. Type Amen to get blessing 5959. You'll begin to hear confirmation, not just from people, but from the universe itself. Birds gathering near your window, lights flickering slightly, a stranger calling you ma'am or sir with unusual kindness. These are divine echoes. The man who tried to forge your name into something negative is now facing exposure. A handwriting specialist or digital will reveal his act. And once revealed, his power ends. You are being shifted from overlooked to undeniable. Even those who didn't want to help are now forced to process your case with full attention. Archangel Michael says this victory will shock those who once mocked your patience. They will watch and wonder how you got here. But the answer won't be found in systems. It will be found in the supernatural. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. Something you submitted long ago was once misplaced. Now it's at the center of a conversation involving 3 names, yours being the one with truth on its side. What they forgot, heaven remembered. You may get called sir or ma'am by someone younger. That's because your authority is radiating now. You don't need to announce it. It's already recognized. A woman with curly hair or a name starting with T or L may be part of the shift. Though she seemed indifferent before, she's now the one pushing your file through the final gate. What they refused to process months ago is now being printed, signed, and stamped. A once to months is taking minutes. The process has accelerated because the season has shifted. Type Amen to get blessing 6161. You may notice your phone buzzing unexpectedly soon, once, twice, maybe 3 times in quick succession. That's a digital reflection of what's happening behind the scenes. They are trying to reach you with updates they once withheld. Someone once told you, "We'll let you know." But now it's you who will be letting them know you've received your confirmation, your document, your reward. The paper you're about to receive has energy wrapped around it. You feel something when you hold it. It's not the paper. It's what's been cleared for you to finally receive. Archangel Michael says you will not have to chase anymore. What's yours is not running. It's being delivered. Even your mail is under angelic instruction now. Type Amen to get blessing 6262. A person who once worked behind the glass will now look at you differently. Their expression will shift from dismissive to respectful. They'll remember you and they'll be surprised you made it this far. But what they don't know is it was never them who could stop you, it was always heaven who held the final say. And heaven has spoken clearly now. There will be a section in your new paper that was not in the original file. That edition will surprise even the people printing it. But it was divinely placed for you and only you. You will no longer wait in lines. You will be called forward. When others are told come back later, you will hear please step forward. Type Amen to get blessing 6363. A number like 114, 717, 626, or 212 might appear near you. That's no coincidence. It's an angelic countdown. When you see it, be still and stay alert. You're moments away. The old rejection letter will mean nothing soon. It will be dust. Because the new document, marked by your full name, date, and divine sequence, will override it. You'll see symbols in your dreams. Folders, files, numbers, lights. Pay attention. These are previews of the physical delivery coming your way. You were once treated as just another case. Now you are the case that proves miracles exist. Type Amen to get blessing 6464.